Alright guys, so welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video, we're going to be looking at a brand new pair of headphones from JBL. Now, my history with JBL's kind of been hit or miss. I've had some really impressive headphones and then I've had some that just sounded awful. So today we're going to be looking at the brand new JBL E45BT. Alright, so to start off with, obviously I went with blue. Now the only colors that I've noticed is available in the E45 model is blue and black. There's also an E55 model. Now that is the over-the-ear. The E45, which we're going to look at today, is an on-the-ear model. Alright, so to start with the accessories, now this is the accessories on the blue model. I'm not sure what the colors are on the black. Alright, you get a micro USB cable which is bright orange, but the micro USB cable is for charging, as these headphones get 16 hours of battery life. So a very small on-ear pair of headphones that get 16 hours, that's pretty impressive. Alright, so we're going to look at the headphone cable. This headphone cable is blue. It has the 3.5mm plug-in to go into whatever device, and I noticed that the plug that goes into the headphones themselves is a 2.5mm, so it is somewhat proprietary and it's not as easy just to use any cable that's laying around. You do have the control box to be able to answer calls and everything like that if you're using these in wired mode, but these are wireless, and so most of the time you're not going to be using this anyways. Alright, so on to the headphones themselves. As you can see, this is blue, like really blue. Before we get into anything, like I said, this is on-ear. The huge difference between this year and the other model was the other model had a very firm fabric. These went with a leather slash pleather material. It's a lot softer. I didn't think that I was gonna like these. I thought that it was gonna be very uncomfortable, and they're not. In fact, they're extremely comfortable. The leather gives it just enough give to make it fit, and I have a big head. Your left and right is actually marked inside the ear cups themselves. So it's not on the outside anywhere, but the easiest way to remember is all of your controls are mainly on your right hand side, so they sit more behind your head. Now, like I said, these are a pair of on-ear and very small. Again, I didn't think that I'd like them. They fit very well. They're really comfortable, so no complaints there. Now, as far as the headband goes, this is kind of like a woven fabric at the top. There's not much padding, but these don't weigh anything. They're very small and lightweight, so padding's not really as necessary as it is on the much bigger headphones. They do have a little bit of metal that sits on some plastic right here on your adjustment slider. These do fold inward, which I really do like. A lot of headphones nowadays don't think that they need to fold, so for a smaller pair to actually fold down, these get very small and very compact. Now, they don't come with a case, but as you can see, that's tiny enough to throw in a bag, a very small bag, and not take up a lot of space. Your build on this is plastic. Like the headphones, the ear cups on the outside are plastic. Up top, like I said, you have a fabric material that, as you can see, is very flexible. I don't think you have anything to worry about there. On your left hand side, that is where your micro USB port is for charging. On your right hand side is where everything else is. You have a slider to turn the headphones on, and it automatically comes up in pairing mode if you haven't paired these already. You have a volume up and down, your play, pause, skip button, everything is right here. You have the headphone jack if you do want to use them that way. You have a microphone right here as well, so that when you're taking calls, you'll be able to use that. And then you have a Bluetooth button. Now, these headphones pair up to multiple devices, and just by the tap of a button, it easily switches from one to the other. And that's pretty convenient if you have one attached to a tablet. If somebody's trying to make a phone call, you can switch over to that one, take the call. It just makes it pretty convenient. So based on the fact that there's already a huge improvement over the previous model as far as the build quality, the feel, the comfort, everything like that, how did they do on sound? I can honestly say going into these that I did not have high hopes, especially considering that I did not like last year's model at all. And when I hit play and started to go through different genres of music, these things sounded incredible. Like, these are the JBLs that I like. I think, you know, with the JBL Elites, and the JBL Everest line, I think what they did was they found a way to take away the noise canceling and cram them into a pair of headphones that only retail for $100. Now the over-the-ear model, the E45BT model, retails for $150. So it's a lot less than the Everest line, which I think that you're getting sound that is exactly on par with those, but you're not getting noise canceling and you're not getting some of the other features. So it's more of a stripped down model. But for a Bluetooth pair of headphones that are $100, 16 hours of battery life, and amazing sound, JBL, I think, knocked it out of the park with these. Now, as far as sound goes, with these being on-ear and with these being small, I was not expecting a very large sound stage. That is where they tricked me. Like, soundstage on these was incredible. Even using them with movies, you could really pick out where everything's coming from. Music-wise, you can hear separation in different instruments. You can kind of tell where placement is when they're recording. It gives it a very unique sound because most on-ear headphones can't do that. Now, with these being on-ear, these would be in competition with the Beats Solos, and I think these sound way better and they cost a lot less. You know, with JBL, most of their headphones do have pretty punchy bass, but where they hit and miss is where your mids and your trebles sometimes take a back seat, and that doesn't happen with these. Like, mids and trebles sound incredible, vocals sound good, guitars and mid-range, everything comes through really clear. What they did was they vamped everything up. You're not getting like a flat sound signature. They turned everything up, but it has a really nice balance. So you get punchy bass, but you get sparkly treble. Mid-range is so good that vocals don't take a back seat in anything that I try. Everything from hip hop to metal to pop, dance, anything like that. These headphones didn't have a weak spot in any genre. But if I had any kind of complaint with these at all, I still wish that the ear cups were a little bigger and maybe a little deeper. The ear cups, as you can tell, are not very deep. It's not that my ears were touching them by any means, but the leather with them not being as deep doesn't really have as much give as most other headphones do. I am a little bit concerned with the fabric material. That way, like, if you have something get on them, they're not going to clean off as easy as plastic or any other material. So you're going to have to be a little more careful, especially considering these don't come with a case. So anyway, guys, that is my quick review of the JBL E45BT. I really appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I really appreciate you guys checking out all the other videos. And as always, guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.